Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. It's Transformation Thursday, and I have got an amazing story for you. Oh my goodness. I get so excited because, everybody does have a different story. And I am hoping that these stories inspire you and help happened. Okay, there we go. Hey, Jan, thanks for hopping on. Jovi, thank you for watching. I am waiting for my girlfriend, Kristi. Let me see if I can invite her. See if I can find her. Hold on. This is just not working for me. So I am hoping that she is going to just be on. Whoa. What just happened? Lord have mercy. This is weird. There we go. Oh my goodness. Okay, there you are. Lord. Phone yesterday and all sorts of weird things are happening. So here she is. Oh my goodness. Look at you. You are gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
I'm so happy that you are on. Thank you so much for being part of my interviewing series of people who have had really, really amazing stories to tell, because we're all about inspiring others to help them to know that they can change their lives and have, some really good experiences about getting back to feeling great. So I'm just going to start. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your journey? I sort of set it up, if you saw my heading, to talk a little bit about the fact that you did have really good results and you've done well with the products, but then there was something that happened in your life that really changed things. And, being on our products sort of had a significant effect. So why don't you start at the beginning and we'll go from there.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you so much for having me on. This is exciting, and I love to share my journey. I love to share my story just because it's totally changed my life. And so I was actually introduced to this opportunity just over 7 years ago. And at first, I seriously wanted nothing to do with it. I thought it was one of those things, but I was told it would help my mom. And that's why I tried this. She was a whole different person.
Wow.
Day one. And that's why I started looking into this. My mom's story actually started generating because it was such a big change that people started coming to me for the products. And that's just how my business totally exploded. But I share this with people. Personally, I've lost 45 pounds on the products. And I have shared this with people, since then. But I shared it for 5 years. And the way that this opportunity is set up is on residual earnings. So luckily, I had shared it with enough people that I was able to make a living from this as well. But my story changes a little bit. I kept the weight off, by the way, but my story changes a little bit. 2 years ago, I was involved in a motorcycle accident, which is the journey that you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I ended up breaking my pelvis in 4 places, my back in 2 places, punctured a lung, lived in a wheelchair for 4 months. I mean, it was just a heck of a roller coaster. Lived in a rehab facility for 6 weeks. My mom had to take and raise my kids for me. Thank goodness she was there for that, because I'm a single mom. So I just had to figure this out. I couldn't even go to the bathroom myself, let alone do anything else. And so, that totally affected my life. Luckily, I had been doing this opportunity enough that I was able to still work from my rehab bed. That's something that I really love about this, because you can work wherever you have phone service. So I was actually able to still provide and take care of my family. But the products totally, I swear they are the reason I am walking like I am today. They weren't sure what my quality of life was going to be. They weren't sure what I was able to do. They weren't sure a lot of different things. And so, the Global Blend keeps me out of inflammation pain. The XR2 product that we have keeps my nerve damage down, my nerve pain down. And so I'm super blessed. And if I don't have the products in my body, seriously, you guys, I cannot walk. So it is a total godsend for me. Absolutely love what the products have done for me. But on top of that, I can help other people as well, because everybody we know is struggling. And so now 7.5 years later, I am an executive with the company. I've traveled the world with this company. I can't say enough about it. My journey is phenomenal. I'm lucky to be alive. I'm lucky to be here. I'm lucky to be able to still play with the kids and do whatever really I want to do, which has totally blown away everybody that was involved in that. My doctors, they're just totally astonished at what's happened through that. So
can you tell the story? I heard it somewhere where you told it that you went to see, I think it was one of your doctors, and he was just so blown away by your recovery and what, like he couldn't believe it, and you ended up sharing the products with him or something like that.
Yeah, it was funny because even through my rehab journey, I mean, when they tell you rehab, it's an old folks home. So I lived in an old folks home, and I would go see my doctors, and every time I would go there, they were just amazed at how well I was doing. And so my one in particular doctor, and he may see this, he's on my Facebook, but he kept saying, "I can't believe how well you're doing." And they had me set up for not being able to walk when they were going to allow it, because what happens with your muscles is your muscles, you know, they kind of start to deteriorate. So if you're not able to work them out, everything's harder. Well, the first day they allowed me to take a step, I actually walked, and he was totally blown away by that when I told him what had happened with that. But the thing is, he told me all these different meds that I was going to be on forever because of my pain and because of my nerve damage. And he was amazed that I was off of him. And when I went back to finally get released from him, he just could not believe the difference in what had happened with me. And I said, you know what, you really need to take a look at this. And he would love to share my story with people. He would fly all over the country to share my story. And I'm like, I'm not going to let you share my story again until you really look at what I'm doing. And so he's actually a member of our company now. He personally takes the products. He's lost 25 pounds, you know, feeling great.
That's amazing.
And, you know, his inflammation pain is even gone now. And so it's incredible. But he finally listened, and he's like, I don't know what the heck it is with your story, but there's something going on. And I said, this is the only thing I'm doing different than what you've told me to do, is taking these supplements.
Sure.
So yeah, they're a life changer for sure.
Yeah, because, you know, I mean, having gone through that, and I cannot believe that that's 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That is amazing how time flies. But that's really cool, because 7.5 years, I mean, you literally got into the company right at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like, Kristi? Because one of the things that, you know, we talk about now is like, what a great opportunity it is for people to join now. Like, the products work, and that's awesome, but the opportunity is really amazing. And so much has changed over the last 7 years in terms of processes, in terms of duplication, in terms of systems and all that. What was that like? Because you were like one of the pioneers.
Oh, it was hard, because we had no tools, we had no videos, we had, you know, nothing. And so it was hard, you know, to be one of the ones starting out. But you know what? The thing about this is, we didn't need that stuff. It's a lot easier now. So if anybody's thinking about that, like, seriously, it is so good now. But in the past, all we did was share the story. And that's one thing about this company and these supplements. You don't have to sell someone on anything. All you do is share what's going on. And so when we first started out, having no tools, you know, it was still an easy opportunity to share, because we all had our own story. You know, yes, it may have taken us a little bit longer than it takes some people now or whatnot to build and that kind of thing, because of the amount of stories we have now and whatnot and all the tools. But you know what? Being here at the beginning and seeing where we are, I'm just like, holy cow. Mark Walker, the president of our company, he told us this was going to happen, you know, and we're like, okay, we're just going to have faith in you. We're just going to know that this is going to work. And now, I mean, you have everything, even these videos at the touch of your fingertip. You can reach thousands of people with one click. I mean, it is just absolutely incredible. And the best part about it is, all we're doing is changing lives. All we're doing is helping people. And so it's very, very rewarding, but it has been quite a journey. Ups and downs, you know, everything, but we're still here. So
yeah. And you brought up a good point, which is, yeah, we have all these tools and everything that helps to sort of broadcast the stories. But the bottom line is that we have good products that help people to feel better, to lose weight, to have more energy, to get rid of the inflammation that causes so much other stuff in your body. And so you take the products and you have a great story. How many people do the 8-day and get amazing results right off the bat with that? And then they share that story with others. And, some of those are just such basic things to do that anybody can do it. You don't need to be a salesperson. And as we say, we typically don't want salespeople, because we want people who are all about connecting with others and people.
Right.
That didn't sound right.
I knew what you were saying.
I know. So tell me, what would have been your favorite trip that you've gone on as a result of being part of this company?
You know what? Before this company, I didn't even like to travel. I mean, I'm scared of planes. I'm not a big water fan. And when they told me we were going to travel, I was like, you're crazy. That's never going to happen. But it is seriously really hard to pick a favorite. The cruise was phenomenal. Went on a free cruise, first cruise I've ever been on, went on a plane and was in water for a week. So I just really jumped out of my comfort zone. But the Dubai trip was unlike any other. I mean, when I earned the Dubai trip, I didn't even know where that was. I mean, I am a small town girl. I didn't even know what Dubai was. And when I found out I was going there, I thought, well, I better find out where I'm going. I about lost it when I found out I was going to the Middle East. But you know what? It was the most incredible trip ever. Yes, it's far away, but everything was paid for, right? Everything was paid for,
Sure.
And then these other trips, I mean, heading to the Dominican Republic in 2 months. I can't even believe it. Puerto Rico, we've been there, Cancun. I mean, it's just Costa Rica last year. It's totally a life-changing thing, because we're able to see the world just for helping people. And so it's rewarding. Right. It's very rewarding. And you go with some of your best friends that you've met throughout this journey. I mean, you make these friends that were strangers that you would have never known without this. And you're traveling the world with them. They become like your family. And so you're going with a whole bunch of your friends, and it's so much fun.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I think is so awesome about our company is the Passport program, and the fact that they give you these wonderful trips where they pay for you to bring somebody else. I mean, that's the other thing. A lot of companies, you earn the trip, but they only pay for you. So our company pays for somebody else, as well as they've come up with these experiences that, a lot of people don't normally take. Yes, the cruise, people take cruises, but Dubai and a Mediterranean cruise and Bora Bora, I mean, those are things that people dream about, but they don't really ever think that they can go. And with our company, those are trips that are easy to be earned. I mean, obviously, it takes work and it takes a team. But like you said, the thing about it is you're getting to help people and you're getting rewarded by the friendships. And that was the other thing I wanted to ask you. What else about our company is something that's really important to you that really stands out? Now, let me ask you something. Kristi, have you done network marketing before?
No. Well, I had a membership in a company and I used their service, but no, I didn't really know a lot about it. I didn't know what I was doing. I seriously jumped in and just the products, they just sell themselves.
Spoke for them.
Yeah. So yeah. I didn't know a lot about it. And I actually ran from the opportunity because I live in Utah. Okay. Network marketing capital of the world. I swear all the businesses are here. You drive down the freeway and they're all over the freeway. And so a lot of people have a bad taste in their mouth from that, which I just heard bad things. So I wanted nothing to do with the opportunity. When I really decided, you know what, I'm helping people and looked into it and started to share and realized, holy cow, like I'm seriously getting checks for this. This is really happening. I tore apart the comp plan. I wanted to find something wrong with it so I could be like, okay, all right, this is not for me, and thank goodness that my mind and my heart stayed open to this because, I mean, like I mentioned, I'm a single mom of 3. And I'm in my bedroom right now. I'm working from home. I work wherever I have phone service. I don't have to miss field trips. And, my daughter was sick earlier this week. Guess what? I didn't have to call into work. I worked from my office. She worked from her, or watched TV from her bed. Like, we were good. And that's one thing that this has given me is that time freedom. That time freedom that we can pack up and I can work from an amusement park, or we can go camping and do whatever. I don't have to take time off. So it's been a blessing that way. And being able to have the independence to provide for your kids and to know that you're okay. Like that's really powerful for me as well. But, you know, as far as choosing something, you know, I eat, breathe, sleep, I do everything singular. And so this is part of my life. And so I can't just
Right.
choose something. I mean, the trips are great, you know, helping people is great. But one of my most rewarding things is the messages I get. You know, the messages
Right.
I get from people that just say, you know what, I was praying for something. You have no idea, I was looking for something. And it doesn't just have to be weight loss. I mean, people contact us all the time for weight loss, but, you know, the stories that really get me, I'll get emotional, are the ones who, and imagine that, Kristi Welch crying, right? But the stories that really get me are the ones who are deeper than losing the 5 pounds. You know, the stories that really impact someone's life. Or I even had a gal message me earlier this week, and she says, you know what, I just got a check for $150. All I did was what you told me. And she says, do you realize what that's going to do for my family? And I'm like, holy cow, if people would just share, you know, an extra $100 a month will change their life. But so many people have this mindset like, I don't want to sell anything. Well, that's fine, because I don't want to train somebody to sell something. I don't want to help sell something. That's so hard. But if you just share what you know and stories that you've heard, it will impact people's lives so much. And so those little stories, they seriously are what really keep me going past everything else. Is just the stories when you're helping people.
Wow. Well, I can't even pick one from you, because everything that you've said is just so much a part of everybody's experience that experiences this company, the culture, the fact that our products work really well, the fact that we're a family. I mean, it's just unbelievable. And like you said, the stories that get told that are changing people's lives, and how awesome to get paid for that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, oh my God, Kristi, thank you so much, because you definitely are an inspiration. I mean, the determination and the courage and everything that you went through. I mean, it was a really, really hard time, but I think that the blessings that you have received as a result of going through that, and having that now be part of your story as well, is just life-changing.
Yeah, for sure.
So thank you. Thank you so much for sharing and being here. I really, really appreciate that.
You bet. Thanks for having me on and giving me the opportunity. And I hope to talk to you again soon.
Yes, we definitely will. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.